Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Nez Nation Live. I am your host, Professor Nez. Come on in. Live viewers, replay viewers, if you're watching on the replay, give me a capital TR in the comments. I love to hear where you're joining me from, what city, what state, what country. This is a show where we bring you everything you need to know so you can be better informed, understanding all of the really important things that the mainstream woke media won't share with you. I'm going to share with you a shocking footage of Biden absolutely tearing into a reporter. He was about to he did one of his leaving the podium. That's it, I'm done. He did his press conference after a lot of pressure from basically people like me, a lot of independent media organizations, grassroots, and others saying, dude, you haven't done anything. There is devastation. Hurricane Helene is just as bad, if not worse, than Katrina. It's affecting states we didn't even think it would affect. It's absolute insanity out there. And this guy's on the beach. This guy doesn't care. Nobody's talking about this until today. It's been 3-4 days. Where's he been? So I'm going to share with you footage of Biden snapping on this reporter. But first, I have to talk a little bit about this. So I just want everybody to really throw their hearts, thoughts, prayers, send it over to the Appalachians, send it over to North Carolina, send it over to Georgia, send it over to Florida, the entire Southeast that has been painfully, tragically affected by this absolute calamity, this disaster of Hurricane Helene. And it's not over. They say there's a couple other storms brewing. There's Hurricane Kirk, I guess now. They go through the alphabet. I don't know how they do it. If you know, let me know. But there's more to come, they're saying. Your boy Nez is going to keep you posted, but this is really, really important. I want to talk about this first. And in the pinned comment, by the way, I don't have any affiliation, but I left in the pinned comment. Thank you so much. It's so great to see you, Laura. We got the best mods in the absolute business. Cat Snow, great to see you. Dashhound, great to see you. Come on in, everybody. It's so fantastic to see you all. I missed you guys. My wife and I were away on our anniversary trip. We are fine. I literally just got back 2 hours ago, and I'm already going live. You know me. But anyway, on a serious note, enough of that. So look at this picture right here. Just kind of, I think this picture captures in more than 1,000 words. If you could just imagine, that's a stop sign right there that is literally drenched in a super flood. And I just thank you so much for the happy anniversary wishes. I really appreciate that. And I think this picture really demonstrates and conveys the devastation that our brothers and sisters, our fellow American citizens in the Appalachians and beyond, I mean, Georgia, Florida, everybody who's been devastatingly affected by this, and Biden's inactivity. Kamala's out, by the way, raising money or going after mega donors because she knows she absolutely has nothing else to go on other than money, Monet. That's all she has. But I want to just share this really quickly. In the pinned comment, also in the description and show notes, you will see a link in case, I know we're all struggling economically. This trip that we just went on with my wife, woo! Did that cost me a pretty penny? Hello. Thank you, Cartier. Anyway, hey, Cartier, you need to sponsor me as much as I buy stuff for my wife from you guys. Anyway, she deserves it. She's the best of the West. I'm so grateful. I've got the most amazing partner, 13 years of marriage, 2 amazing kids that are healthy. And I'm blessed, and I love my wife more than anything on earth. And so she's absolutely phenomenal. I'm very, very aware how lucky I am. But in the pinned comment, you will see a link that you can go to, and it is a legitimate way for you to find out how you can donate if you can. I know we're all struggling under Bidenomics, but if you can, I just want to leave that there because I think it's very, very important. Western North Carolina suffered relatively more devastation because that's where the remnants of Helene encountered those high elevations and cooler air of the Appalachian Mountains, causing even more rain to fall. I mean, I don't know, you guys saw images of the bridges, etc., etc. Asheville and many surrounding mountain towns were built in valleys, leaving them especially vulnerable to devastating rain and flooding. Plus, the ground was already saturated before Helene arrived. And so, by the time Helene came into the Carolinas, we already had that rain on top of more rain. A member of a meteorologist with the National Weather Service said. And so, we give our best, and they're already talking about Tropical Storm Kirk, which could become a powerful hurricane. If you know more than I do, let me know. But I wanted to share that image because I think that image is super, super powerful. You know the old saying: if you think you're down, always it's good to have perspective. If you think you're having a rough day, imagine the people of the Southeast, and that just wouldn't be. That should put a lot of things in perspective. Hey, Marlene, good to see you. Marlene says, Nez, for whatever reason, I can't find where I can donate to become a member. So if you want to become a new member, maybe one of my mods can share the link in the comments. You can also just click join right below this video on YouTube. You should be able to see it. If you're on Facebook, Twitch, or Rumble, come on over to YouTube. This is kind of our main hub. And you can become a member, which you get all sorts of perks. You get to automatic registration into our live stream giveaway. We give away thousands of dollars in Amazon gift cards and a bunch of other stuff. There you go. Laura Tilford, our main mod, has it all situated there for you. So click that link right there that Laura Tilford, the Blue Wrench mod, just posted, Marlene, and anybody else who wants to become a member. In the pinned comment is a link that gives you options on where you can donate to help Hurricane Helene disaster victims. I'm not affiliated with them. I don't get anything from them. I don't do anything from them. I just want to offer that because these people need help. And so I've already donated, and I hope you will as well. So I want to show you this. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know if you guys saw this, but President Biden was asked, what are you going to do? Are you going to give anything more to the 1.2, or I think it's almost 2 now, million Americans, tons of them without power. Their homes are literally floating away or under a complete abyss of, flooding and rainwater impacted by Hurricane Helene. And, I just thought that was so, I don't know if you guys saw this response, but it absolutely made me just cringe. And so I want to share this with you. Listen to what Biden says when he's asked, do you have anything more to offer the people of, who are affected by this hurricane? Listen to this.
Yes, it's tragic. As a matter of fact, we're trying to get the exact number. My FEMA advisor is on the ground in Florida right now. There's a distinction between the numbers that FEMA's used and the ones that are used by the locals. So it really is amazing. You saw the photographs. It's stunning.
It's unbelievable.
It really is.
Such a wide area.
And we've given them all everything we have. We're on the ground ahead of time. So we're working hard.
Are there any more resources the federal government could be giving them?
No, we have pre-planned a significant amount of it, even though they didn't ask for it yet.
He just said no. Can you believe this? Hold on a second. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know if you guys heard that, but he literally said no. This is after he just signed another $8 billion of our money. That's almost over $250 billion of taxpayer funded American dollars that we can use, that citizens of America could use. And he also signed an $8.7 billion package for Israel. The entire world is in absolute chaos. I know most of you guys already know that Israel has attacked and taken out pretty much every high-ranking member of Hezbollah. We've got Iran threatening maybe even nuclear reciprocation. The Middle East has never seen this kind of high level of combat and conflict since World War II. Let me repeat that. The Middle East has not seen this level of conflict since World War II. I mean, this is absolute insanity what this guy has done to our country in his vegetative state. I also want to share this video with you, and then I'll show you what his him slamming a reporter who actually said, "Why don't you do?" And then I'm going to show you Trump's response, which is really amazing. But check this out, and you can see some of the damage there. But even his darling ally media, the woke fake mafia media, are calling him out on when are you going to go down there? Listen to this.
And another issue on the other side of the world in the Middle East.
I'm going to stick with this.
What's that?
I'm going to stick with this subject, but go ahead.
Well, it's just the fact that Israel may be now launching a limited operation into Lebanon. Are you aware of that? Are you comfortable with their plan?
I'm more aware than you might know, and I'm comfortable with them stopping. We should have a ceasefire now. Thank you.
How long has he been saying that? How long has he been saying a ceasefire? He's been saying ceasefire for how long has he been saying that? For crying out loud. I mean, first he says the ever intimidating, what excuse me, President Biden, what message do you have for the Iranians who are thinking about striking Israel? Don't. Ooh, big fighting words from a big man. That really stopped them, didn't it? What'd they do? They did a middle of the night attack, launching thousands of ballistic missiles towards Israel, who luckily had the Iron Dome to protect them, but not all the missiles. Some of them got through. And now you've got, absolute chaos erupting in the Middle East. And he was asked, will you visit the areas affected by Hurricane Helene later this week? And he said, no, I'm going to wait a little bit because it's just too disruptive right now. I'm not able to get in there. There's just too much damage. How do you think the people of North Carolina, West Virginia, how do you think the people of Florida, how do you think the people of Georgia feel? Meanwhile, look at what President Trump has been doing. So Trump actually goes down to Valdosta, to hurricane-stricken Valdosta, Georgia, to deliver aids and resources. Watch this. I mean, his plane just arrives. This is amazing. This is what leadership looks like. This is what real leadership looks like right here. I want you to see this right here. Check this out. Trump arrives in Valdosta, Georgia. Of course, everybody's super grateful. Everybody's excited to see him. Not only that, I've got more stuff to share with you, which is absolutely phenomenal. Look at this. Shows up. I've got so much more stuff to show you. This is what true leadership looks like. This is the kind of guy we need in charge, my fellow Americans. Everybody's excited to see him. Everybody loves to see him. And then look at this. Him and Elon Musk, Trump and Elon Musk, okay, are going to plan on hooking up because you got millions of people without power. There was a huge a Verizon outage. And listen to this. Listen to Trump, what he says he's going to do alongside with Elon Musk.
Homes, hospitals, highways, and cars have been plunged underwater. Entire neighborhoods have been turned into lakes. Homes, hospitals, highways, and cars have been plunged underwater. Entire neighborhoods have been turned into lakes. Nobody's seen anything like it. And to every family that's been displaced here in Georgia and North Carolina, which has really been hit. We were going there also, and they don't have communication. They don't have anything right now. We're trying to. I just spoke to Elon. I'm getting him. We want to get Starlink hooked up because they have no communication whatsoever. And Elon Elon will always come through. We know that. And so we're working on that, getting them hooked up. They asked me whether or not that would be possible. We're going to try and get the Starlink in there as soon as possible because they have no communication. And throughout the region, our hearts are with you, and we are going to be with you as long as you need. It's called an hour of need. You're in our prayers, and we pray to God. And throughout this the long weeks that lay ahead, you're going to have a lot of work, but the end result is it's going to be good. We just wish so many people weren't so badly hurt, and in many cases, sadly, no longer with us.
So here's what I don't understand. Here's what I don't understand, President Biden. If you are still the president, God knows, do you guys actually think President Biden's still in charge? Can we actually call him president? Vegetable in chief? I call him vegetable in chief, Tombstone Biden, because he literally forgot that he already died. Somebody needs to tap on the shoulder. Excuse me, Mr. President, a little bit of an issue, a little bit of a problem, failure to communicate. We had some miscommunication. You died a long time ago. Just wanted to remind you. Thank you. I know, I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I know I shouldn't laugh, but holy mackerel. Is this guy actually in charge? And so here's what I don't understand, President Biden. You say you can't go down there. You've been vacationing in Delaware this whole time. You say you've given everything that you have, yet you give billions of our dollars to Volodymyr Zelensky in a forever war that every military expert worth their weight in gold has said unequivocally that Russia will defeat Ukraine. So we are giving hundreds of billions. That's billions with a B. Probably, quite frankly, it's more than enough money that could save America. I don't understand it. Joe's ruining this country. Quite frankly, I don't understand it. He's the worst president of all time. I agree, President Trump. 100%, I agree. Giving away. What do you guys think of my Trump impression? It's getting better. You guys love my Trump impression. Admit that you love my Trump impression. He gives away all of our money that people could use to buy groceries. They're barely getting by on bare necessities. We're talking about the fundamentals of basic living. Americans are struggling paycheck to paycheck. We're giving illegal migrant criminals free health care, free credit cards, free food stamps, thousands of dollars. I mean, we've got homeless American veterans. My fellow Americans, this is treason. This is nothing short of treason, what's happening here. Why can't you go down there, Joe? How come Trump can go down there? How come Trump can do this? Check this out. This is even better. Trump goes down and shakes everybody's hand. Watch this. This is... Oh, wait, I can't play this because of the music. I kind of want to play this. This is his full remarks as he just visited Georgia. He's in Georgia, literally amidst ruins. Let's listen to this real quick and then stick around. I'm going to show you when Biden absolutely snaps at a reporter who called him out on live TV during his press conference. Wait till you see that. But I want to share this really fast because I think this just gives me so much heart, and it's important that everybody sees this. Check this out.
Much everybody for being here, and it's an honor. And thank you to all of those great people at Samaritan's Purse who do. We've seen you at many different sites over the years, and you do a fantastic job in Franklin. The job that Franklin, who's right here, does, Franklin Graham. We appreciate it. We have, I think I can just go through the list. We have so many people from the state and from the area. We'll start off with Franklin Graham, President, Samaritan's Purse. Thank you very much. Lieutenant Governor of Georgia, Burt Jones. Thank you, Burt. Tyler Harper, we all know. Mike Collins, we all know. Congressman, and Austin Scott, great congressman, two incredible patriots. Kelly Loeffler, former U.S. Senator, highly respected person. Everybody loves her. Ross Goodman, state senator. Sam Watson, State Senator. Thank you, Sam. John Corbett, State Senator. John Burchett, State Representative, as you know. John LaHood, State Representative. Ashley Polk, that's County Sheriff. Very good. Thank you, Ashley. Chase Daughtry, Cook County Judge, respected, so respected. Doug Hank, Cook County Sheriff. Ashley Ty, we know. Paige Dukes, we know. Richard Hardy, City Manager, Valdosta. Thank you. Where is Rich? Yes, thank you. Scott James, Bill Slaughter, Buddy Duke, Patrick and Kate Watson, the owners of the store. We just spoke. And I said, I would have bought some furniture if you had some in there, but I always look for furniture and they have beautiful stuff, but they're going to be rebuilt in a very, very short period. So I want to thank everybody. And we came down with truckloads of things, and we're going to have that done by Franklin's incredible organization. They've done such a good job. We've done this before, but we have a lot of truckloads of different items, from oil to water to all sorts of equipment that's going to help them. But we're here today to stand in complete solidarity with the people of Georgia and with all of those suffering in the terrible aftermath of Hurricane Helene. Hurricane Helene turned out to be a big one, like just about the biggest that anyone's seen. I spoke with all of the relief people, all of the people that do this for a living and do this at least to help. And they said they've never seen one this bad. Valdosta has been ravaged. The town is very, very badly hurting, and many thousands are without power. They're running low on food and fuel. We brought a lot of it down with us. It's going to be distributed now or soon throughout Georgia, as well as North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Virginia, Alabama, and Tennessee. That's a big one. And the devastation wrought by this storm is incredible. It's so extensive. Nobody thought this would be happening, especially now it's so late in the season for the hurricanes. Homes, hospitals, highways, and cars have been plunged underwater. Entire neighborhoods have been turned into lakes. Nobody's seen anything like it. And to every family that's been displaced here in Georgia and North Carolina, which has really been hit. We were going there also, and they don't have communication. They don't have anything right now. We're trying to. I just spoke to Elon. I'm getting him. We want to get Starlink.
How cool is that?
Because they have no communication whatsoever. And Elon will always come through.
How cool is that? How cool is that? So you want to know what Biden's doing while Trump and his entire team over there, and they're all trying to help? Guess what? This is what Biden's doing right now. Biden, okay, is suntanning on a beach in Delaware. What a big shock. How many weeks has this vegetable been on vacation while Americans suffer? Can somebody tell me, please? So this is what the Biden inherited. You can look at my comment down below underneath the picture. They've abandoned our troops during the Afghanistan withdrawal, abandoned the people of North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee impacted by the hurricane, abandoned states impacted by the border crisis. How can anybody vote for these heathens? And he also said unequivocally, he said, Harris, Kamala, Comrade Kamala, not so good. You don't want Comrade Kamala. No. Comrade Kamala, he has endorsed Comrade Kamala, saying she knows everything I do. For 4 years, she could have done, literally called her out, said she could have done everything. I let her in on domestic policy, foreign policy. She was in on certain legislation. She was in on all of our talks when it came to Ukraine. She was there every single day. And you know what I want to know? Here's what I want to know. And then I'm going to show you Biden snapping on this reporter. But first, before I do that, what do you think of this right here? I mean, what are your thoughts on this? He's suntanning, enjoying his life as he ripens and falls to the ground, while there's millions of Americans without power, millions of Americans who don't have homes, millions of Americans struggling, millions of Americans who can barely afford, never mind having their home float away, they can barely afford their home to begin with. Now it's floating away in a flood. Millions of Americans who are distressed, stressed, don't know what tomorrow brings, don't know if their families can get back together, if they can get their life back together. And you mean to tell me you're going to go suntan on the beach for the, 70th week in a row? You guys remember when Biden said, I'm going to be, remember what he said at the DNC speech? This lion-ass dog. Give me a capital L-A-D in the comments. This lion-ass dog. He said, I'm going to be Kamala's most vocal volunteer. Do you guys remember that? I'm going to be Kamala Harris's most vocal volunteer. What happened to Jill? Jill was everywhere too. What happened to Dr. Jill? What happened to her? Ronnie from Tennessee, are you doing okay? I hope you're doing okay. How's the flood affected you? Also, let me know if this is, again, if you're just joining us, there is a link in the pinned comment. It's also in the description, show notes, and in the description, show notes, and video notes. You can find a link in the pinned comment. You can find a link if you can. I know a lot of people who can't. I know a lot of us are struggling because he's giving all our money to Ukraine and these migrant criminals, credit cards, food stamps, free home loans. He's giving it all away. I mean, we are less than 35 days away, y'all. We are less than, we're a month out in the most important, most consequential election of our natural born lives. I say that with no hyperbole, no histrionics, and no dramatics. It is a capital F fact, F-A-C-T. It is a fact. You need to mobilize. This is the most important mission we have. Grab your cousin, your sister, your aunt, your grandpa, your neighbor down the street, your cousins, sisters, boyfriends, dogs, best friends, lover. You need to grab everybody by the collar and send them to the voting booth. And by the way, vote as early as possible because the Dems and the radical left are going to do that. So you know what? Don't wait till the day of. I got mail-in ballots yesterday. Not yesterday because yesterday was Sunday, but the day before that. And I'm going to start voting literally immediately. I'm sending them out. Send it out now. Vote now. Vote as early as possible. Thank you, Laura Tilford. Yeah, Monday, October 7th is the last day to register. If you haven't registered, go to, I think it's vote.gov. I mean, I've registered years ago and I've stayed registered, so I kind of forgot, but I think it's vote.gov. Go register now. You can also check your registration status. Holy macadamia nut. Meanwhile, where's Trump? Trump goes all the way down there. That's where Trump is. Trump goes all the way down there. Where's Kamala? By the way, where's Kamala? Kamala's doing podcasts with basketball players. That's where Kamala is. The country just experienced a natural disaster of epic proportions. And this charlatan, this fraud, she goes to raise more money and talk to moronic basketball players about God knows what with her drivel, her psychobabble, her meaningless, empty talking points that are handed down to her from Soros, Obama, and Clinton. By the way, did you hear what Clinton said? Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel. Okay, check this out. After much nudging, after much complaining, after the entire internet wondered where the hell is the president? Why is he suntanning on the beach? He finally, after how many days this hurricane hit? He finally, after 3, 4, 5 days, he finally says, wait, you mean to tell me I'm still president? Huh? What? What you mean? Where am I? Who am I? Huh? After how many days, he finally gives a press conference. Holy macadamia nut. Check this out. And watch him absolutely snap. He absolutely snaps on this reporter. Wait till you see this when the reporter says, where have you been, for crying out loud? Where have you been? Watch him snap. Because you know what, when you respond in anger, it usually means you just been caught. You just been had. Tombstone vegetable in chief. We know, we can see right through you. You think Americans are stupid, Kamala? You think Americans are stupid, vegetable in chief? You, Kamala Harris, were around this vegetable every single day for 4 years as Madame Vice President. So here's a question for you, Madam Vice President. Why didn't you warn the American public and the world at large, for that matter, that this guy's cognitive abilities were in serious, drastic decline? This guy has made consequential decisions as the highest executive in our land. Why didn't you say something? That's my only question. You think Dana Bash is going to ask her that? Of course not. You think this MSNBC puppet, Stephanie Rule, is going to ask her that? Of course. You think these basketball podcasters are going to ask her that? Of course not. Why didn't you warn the American public? How many billions of dollars lost? How many thousands of American lives lost? How many thousands, if not more, in other regions that are experiencing chaos, combat, and conflict for the first time in over 100 years? How many lives could that have been spared if you would have done the right thing? If you would have done the right thing, and by the way, if you say you didn't know, that just proves you're inept, not perceptive. You have no ingenuity, no mental acuity to actually see what everybody in America already knew back in 2020. This guy's gone. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Just once, I wish a reporter would ask her that, because either answer she gives, she looks and is exposed for the charlatan and fraud that she is. 100%. I really wish Trump would have just, in that one debate that they did, I really wish Trump would have just turned to her and been like, you know what, Kamala, I got a question for you. Excuse me. I got a question for Comrade Kamala. Kamala. I wish he would have asked that question. Okay, check this out. He loses it here.
Good morning. State the obvious, over the weekend, with devastating storms in the South. I spoke for a couple hours with leaders yesterday affected by this hurricane, and Governor Kemp of Georgia, Governor Cooper of North Carolina, county officials, the Big Bend.
After how many days he finally responds? This guy was on the beach a second ago, and now he's back at the beach. He's now back at the beach. He doesn't want to go down there. Oh, I can't go down there. I can't go down there. Oh, can you talk about Israel and Hezbollah? No, I want to stick with this. Why don't you go down there? Trump's down there because there's just too much devastation. It's too disruptive. I can't go down there. You lying ass dog. You don't give a rat's ass. You were never going to be Kamala's most vocal volunteer. That was never going to happen. You don't care about Americans. You don't care about any of the problems, issues that we face every single day for the past 4 years. You just want to create this uniparty by letting in millions and millions of illegal migrants. The left keeps saying, "Oh my gosh, don't you know that immigrants built this country?" Yeah, Donald Trump's parents were immigrants. His father came from Germany. His mom came from Scotland. My parents, immigrants. Okay, I was born and raised here. My parents emigrated to this country in the 70s with their PhDs. They earned it legally. Okay, Elon Musk, legally. How many amazing immigrants have contributed to this country legally? There's a new invention, Tombstone Biden. There's a new invention, Kamala Harris. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called law and order. You're letting in criminals. And now the ICE and Border Patrol Union has just released new statistics and new data and analysis. 465,000 criminals are loose on the streets of America. Thanks to this schlub. Thanks to this mook. Listen to this.
Region of Florida and other leaders in South Carolina and Tennessee about the broad and devastating impacts of Hurricane Helene. It's not just a catastrophic storm, it's a historic, history-making storm. entire southeast and Appalachia. Damage from the hurricane stretches across at least 10
Okay,
states.
shut up and get to it.
Winds over 100 are unaccounted for. There's nothing like wondering. Is on the ground now in North Carolina. She's going to stay in Asheville and Appalachia region for the foreseeable future.
He's just reading.
There's been reports of
He's
over
just
100
reading.
dead and consequence of this storm, and there are reports of up 600 people unaccounted for because they can't be contacted. God willing, they're alive.
He's
State and local
cooked.
officials
He's completely
department
cooked.
in very treacherous conditions to find those who are missing.
Okay, check this out. Here we go.
Follow all safety instructions. Take this seriously. Please be safe. Your nation has your back, and the Biden-Harris administration will be there until the job is done. God bless you all. And I'm thinking of those that are still wondering where your loved ones are. Thank you.
Okay.
We need to supplement.
Okay, I just have a very serious question. I have a very serious question for you, my fellow Americans. I mean, I laugh because it just seems like we're in the Matrix. It seems absurd. This is not reality, my fellow Americans. How can you look at this and listen to this absolutely decaying antique? It has nothing to do with age, by the way. This isn't ageism. He is decayed. He is defunct. He is absolutely rotten to the core from the inside out. This has nothing to do with age. I know 90-year-olds that are way, way, way more sharper than this vegetable. And so how do you, when you listen to this is the President of the United States of America. When you listen to this decaying walnut right before your eyes, do you feel inspired? Do you feel a renewed pride in being American? Do you feel safe? Do you feel strong? Do you feel like he's got your back? Do you actually genuinely feel this vegetable is telling the truth? I genuinely want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below. Howie says he's so terrible. Lisa Ann says, I can't. I don't blame you. Dashhound says, good to see you, Dashhound lover. Biden has 0 balls. Keeping it real with Dom K says he's literally falling apart before our eyes. Ronnie from Tennessee, probably the best description. Moron fossil. God, I love that. I'm going to use that, Ronnie. I'm stealing it. Parallel universe. I mean, call me crazy, but I always feel, and we've had amazing live stream watch parties for Trump rallies, and we also had an amazing participant who was a guest on our show, whose very first Trump rally was the tragic rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on July 13th, a day that will forever live in infamy, where Trump had been shot in the head by a deranged lunatic, Thomas Crooks. And she said, I never felt more accepted. I never felt more love. I never felt a feeling of belonging. It was her first Trump rally, and she had some reservations. She wasn't sure because, you know, the left woke mafia media, the fake media, tells her it's an awful place and everybody's a white supremacist and everybody is filled with rage and hate, which is a bunch of BS. And she said she went there and she never felt more accepted. She described it as a love fest. Until, of course, the, nutbag took a shot at President Trump. Every single time I hear Trump speak, especially at a rally, I feel alive because he's alive, because he is genuine, because he is authentic. Listen to this. It gets worse. Watch.
To help the people in the Southeast, Mr. President?
Say again?
We need to ask Congress for a supplemental.
That's my expectation, yes.
You know, roughly how much you're thinking?
Not yet. This is a historic storm. It's devastating. They've never seen anything like this before. And some of them are back-to-back, 3 storms in a row. So it's really, really devastating.
Would you consider asking Congress to come back for a special session to pass a supplemental?
That is something I may have to request, but no decisions been made yet.
Do you have a sense of where you'll go when you are able to go, sir?
Yes, I told the governor of North Carolina to go down, I expect to be down there by Wednesday or Thursday. It would be clear for me to go. You guys have traveled with me. You know, there's an entourage. This can be disruptive.
Is there a mistake for President Trump?
Okay, so wait a minute. Excuse me. Excuse me. You mean to tell me that you are not going down to the devastated states to show your solidarity, to show them that you care as the leader and commander in chief and leader of the free world, the president? God knows, I can't even say he's the president of our amazing country, the United States of America. You mean to tell me that your reason for not going down there is because of the entourage would be too disruptive? Are you effing kidding me right now? Trump is already down there. He's already working with Elon Musk to provide Starlink so these millions of people without power, without any connection, without any communication, they can talk to each other, they can connect. Are you joking me right now? You're saying you're not going down there till Wednesday or Thursday? This event happened 4 days ago. That's a week, for crying out loud. You're the president of the United States, and now he's back in Delaware suntanning? Can you imagine? What Putin, Kim Jong-un, what the Ayatollahs, what Xi Jinping, the president of China, this is an absolute joke. And this is our president? I mean, give me a break. Okay, listen to this.
To be down there today in Georgia? Is that disruptive?
I don't have any idea.
I don't have any idea.
On the other side of the world in the Middle East. It's our
I'm going to
understanding.
stick with this.
What's that?
I'm going to stick with this subject, but go ahead.
Well, it's just
thought
the
of
fact
Olympia.
that Israel may be now launching a limited operation into Lebanon.
Chaos in the Middle East.
Comfortable with their plan.
I'm more aware than you might know, and I'm comfortable with them stopping. We should have a ceasefire now. Thank
Do
you.
you expect Iran to retaliate?
On the hurricane, Mr. President, why weren't you and Vice President Harris
Here it
here
is.
in Washington commanding this weekend?
I was commanding. I was on the phone for at least 2 hours yesterday and the day before as well. I commanded. It's called a telephone.
Is
And
it-
all my security people.
Is it not important for the country to see?
Ooh, so he did one of those. He did one of those leave the podiums, right? Remember how he did that with the Robert Hur investigation? He came back and he said that Mexico borders Israel. Do you remember that? It's like, don't go back to the podium. Whatever you do, you can just see all his aides. You can see the guy behind the door, his staffer. Do not turn around. Do not answer this. Let's watch this again.
I do.
On another issue, on the other side of the world in the Middle East, it's our
I'm
understanding.
going to stick with
Listen.
ceasefire now. Thank
Do
you.
you expect Iran to retaliate?
On the hurricane, Mr. President, why weren't you and Vice President Harris here in Washington commanding this weekend?
So let me just in case you missed it, I know the volume is not probably that terrific, but the reporter said quite astutely and appropriately, why the hell weren't you and Kamala Harris commanding this? Why aren't you getting ahead of this? Why aren't you together? This is a country that is facing peril. This is a devastating natural disaster of epic proportions, something we haven't seen since the likes of Katrina, and you just signed another $1 billion package to Ukraine and another $1 billion package to Israel. What about the people you serve? And Trump is already down there working on Starlink with Elon Musk, handing out food, handing out aid, speaking, talking, supporting, giving his energy, giving his time. And this guy has the audacity to say it's called the telephone. Have you ever heard of a telephone? He said, I did, like a little 2-year-old, like a little toddler. Oh, I did. What are you talking about? I did. Watch. It's unbelievable. He turns around.
Fire now. Thank
Do
you.
you expect Iran to retaliate?
On the hurricane, Mr. President, why weren't you and Vice President Harris here in Washington commanding this weekend?
I was commanding. I was on the phone for at least 2 hours yesterday and the day before as well. I can manage. Call a telephone. And all my security people.
It's called the telephone. You ever heard of a telephone? Yeah, we all know of telephones, Mr. Vegetable in Chief. But have you ever heard of an airplane? You have a private jet that is fully militaristically capable, and absolutely all the bells and whistles to the tilt. And you could literally land on a gnat and nothing would happen to it. You've got all the technology. You've got the entire military behind you. You got your own private jet. Have you ever heard of actually showing physical solidarity, making the people that you're supposed to serve, your constituents, the people who probably voted for you? Some of those people, I know it's hard to believe, but some of those people actually voted for you. Why is Trump down there and you're nowhere to be seen? It's just absolutely appalling. This is where he is, folks. This is where he is. There he is, suntanning. He's suntanning in Delaware. I'm done. See you later. Hasta la pasta. And so, I mean, I had to share that with you because you're not going to see that on mainstream media. You're not going to see that on any of the woke channels. You're not going to see that anywhere other than here. And again, my heart goes out to all of the people who are suffering and who are facing, it's unimaginable pain, confusion, distress, stress. It's bad enough that they're dealing with this economy. It's bad enough that they're dealing with migrants taking over their cities and towns. It's bad enough that all of their tax-paying dollars are living paycheck to paycheck, and all of their taxpayer dollars are going over to fund forever wars. Now you add a natural calamity of epic proportions, and the president could care less. Kamala Harris, where's Kamala? Where's her speech? Where's she at? Oh, I remember. She's on the West Coast. She's talking to basketball players in a podcast, and she's out there trying to raise money because that's all she can do is raise money from rich mega donors who are essentially just guilty. They don't actually support Kamala. Trust me, they don't support Kamala. They're literally just paying for their ability to just go under the radar. They're literally paying for their guilt. That's what they're doing. They are paying Kamala Harris and Biden because they are rich, white, and guilty due to woke DEI ideologies, which again, I have to say this, DEI didn't earn it. Biden admitted himself that Kamala Harris is a DEI hire. It's the main reason I stopped and left the university system, aka indoctrination camps, because you get a DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, garbage email every single day. You have to tiptoe. They are massively, massively anti-American, anti-capitalistic. I've taught at many, many universities. It's not just one, not just two, not just three, not just four. All of them. They all adopt these woke ideologies. You saw what happened back in February with President Claudine Gay, which I did a lot of videos on, Harvard University, MIT, University of UPenn, and many, many others. And you have the ultimate personification of a DEI hire, Kamala Harris, who now wants a promotion. She only had one job. She had one job, as borders are. And we have the worst border crisis in the history of our country. She had one job and she botched it. And now she wants a promotion. That, my friends, my fellow Americans, is the epitome of the cancer that is DEI. DEI kills. Why? Because it's invisible. It's not like you ride your bike, fall down, and break your ankle. You can see that. It's physical. DEI is a psychological contagion. It's a parasitic virus that has infected our land and the entire globe for that matter. And it kills with ultimate precision. In so many indirect and direct ways, it kills. It's the reason why we have so many problems in every institution. It's the reason why the quality of service and goods in our country has plummeted, especially over the last 4 years. Remember, the far left has had control over the government 12 of the last 16 years, and they blame everything on Trump. They blame the economy. They blame safety. They blame the law and order. They blame the border. They blame foreign policy. They blame everything on Trump when they've had 12 of the last 16 years of control over everything. That, my fellow Americans, needs to change. We are 35 days and some change, some itty bitty change away from the most consequential election of our lives. And so I beg you to do the right thing. And again, if you're just joining us, okay, if you're just joining us, in the pinned comment, in the show notes, description, and pinned comment, you will find a link, if you can, only if you can, if you're wondering, how do I help the people who are suffering right now? How do I help the victims of this disaster, Hurricane Helene? You can find a way to donate through that link in the pinned comment, show notes, and description. I highly, highly recommend this. My heart, my prayers, my everything goes out to everybody who's affected by this. I love you. I'm with you. I'm praying for you. And I urge you to take action this November. I urge you to do the right thing for you, your neighbors, your family, and your country on November 5th. There's only one choice. You either have communism, Marxism, or you have a return to American values and principles, which we grew up with, which I just call common sense. Nez, are you a right-wing nut job? I'm not right or left. I'm a constitutional centrist. I believe in pragmatism. I believe in law and order. I believe in secure borders. I believe we shouldn't give our kids puberty blockers and life-altering transgender surgeries without understanding the long-term healthcare ramifications. I believe in health. I believe in hiring the best person for the job. I believe in the American principle of the best idea wins, irregardless of skin tone, your race, ethnicity, background, or religion. I have been running businesses for 30 plus years. I've never hired based on skin tone, and I've never not hired based on skin tone, race, gender, or whatever. If you can help me solve a problem and you do it better than the other candidate and candidate B, X, Y, Z, she, Z, Z, I don't care. She, he, him, her, I don't care. They, them. If you can do a great job, if you can help solve my problem, I'm going to pay you. And I think 99% of Americans feel the same exact way. So I beg you, stay tuned. We've got so much more happening too as well. Also, I want to share this too. I'm going to give shout outs to Super Chat and Super Stickers. I also want to say this. Tomorrow night is the debate. Tomorrow night is the VP debate between J.D. Vance and Tampon Tim. You got to come check us out. We're going live. We're going live at 6 p.m. Make sure your best way to really be in the know is to subscribe to our free newsletter. It's not even subscribe, just sign up. It's in the show notes and a description, and it'll be in the pinned comment afterwards. Make sure you sign up for our free newsletter. It is absolutely free. And when you subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell notification. Click on all notifications so you never, ever miss out. That's very, very important as well. So stay tuned. This is the channel. I have something that most other people don't have. What's that, Nez? Well, besides my charm and good looks, I've worked with these people. I know these people. I've been commissioned from my university to go to Washington. I've looked into their eyes. I've looked into their soul. I know what they're all about, especially this radical extreme left. I know who they are. I know their desires. I know their mentality. I know their audience psychology. Nobody knows this better than I do. So you're going to get the absolute capital T truth here on this channel solely. That's a guarantee. It's not a guarantee. It's a guarantee. So make sure you subscribe and follow us here. I want to give a big shout out to Keeping It Real with Dom K, who just became a member today. Hey, Keeping It Real with Dom K. By the way, you get automatic registration for our live stream giveaways. All new members, heed this. You get automatic registration into our live stream giveaways, which are for members only. You also get a badge next to your name, shout outs on live streams. You get more engagement and boost with comments and responses, plus top priority when we have live guests. You get to ask our guests. We've had amazing guests on our show, actual questions live. The interaction, the connectivity, the community is amazing here. And you also, the cherry on the cake, you also get access to our members only Discord. Never mind the fact that you're supporting the only channel giving you the objective truth. I do my own due diligence and my own qualitative and quantitative research with my brilliant wife. We do it all for you. Grassroots media from the ground up. So welcome. It's fantastic to have you. Hook up with Laura Tilford or Jim Barron. We also have a link on our community tab. If you go to our community tab, there is a members only post that has a link to our Discord for members only. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Robbie Reeder, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. No more taxes. Go anywhere until our country is taken care of. Our struggling American legal citizens, especially those affected by the storm. Hear, hear. Robbie, I couldn't agree more. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Jim Barron, the man, the myth, the legend, my man JB, along with Laura Tilford, are the best mods in the business. Jim Barron gifted 5 Professor Nez memberships. Holy macadamia nut. JB, you are phenomenal. I cannot thank you enough, JB. Make sure you hook up new members. Hook up with Laura and Jim so you can get that link for the members-only Discord, and welcome all new members. Vin, holy macadamia nut. Vin with the $100 super chat. Thank you so much, Vin. Vin says, thank you for all the work that you do, Nez. I really appreciate you, Vin. We got to get our country back. This is our mission. And if you saw my video yesterday, John Kerry actually said this insane thing about the First Amendment and Constitution. You'll really understand why it's so important that channels like myself, independent media grassroots organizations, stay afloat, because without us, there's nobody left to check and balance the mainstream woke media. So thank you, Vin. God bless you. I cannot thank you enough. Dashhound Lover with the $99.99. Holy mackerel, Dashhound. You didn't have to do that. Professor Nez, please donate to Samaritain Purse. Okay, I'll find out who that is. Absolutely. You got it, Dashhound Lover. You are amazing. Thank you so much. JB, you just gifted another membership, for crying out loud, JB. What are you doing, man? You're amazing. You're phenomenal. Thank you so much, JB. Hopefully all new members were listening to what I said about all of the amenities and benefits that you get. JB, thank you so much. It's always, always, always great to see you. Ronnie from Tennessee for the $5 super chat. Thank you, Ronnie. I really appreciate that. I don't have much to give, but I believe you and your wife deserve a little compensation for what y'all do to provide accurate information. Ronnie from Tennessee, God bless you. Thank you so much. That means the world to me, and it just spurns me on. It puts electricity in my veins to keep going and doing what I know is God's purpose for me. There's a lot of things I'm bad at. I'm willing to admit that. I'm man enough to admit there's a lot of things I am terrible at. But when it comes to this, when it comes to researching, when it comes to sharing, communicating the truth about the country I love, so my fellow brothers and sisters can be informed, there's nobody better. I can say that with 1,000,000,000% confidence. There's nobody better. That's why I'm so excited to have you here, because it's not me. It's not ego. You might, oh, Nez, you got a huge ego. Are you narcissistic? No, because it comes from God. It's not me. I'm just a conduit. I'm just a vehicle. It comes from God. So it's not me. I can't take credit. It's not, the credit belongs all to the Most High. Amen. So thank you so much, Ronnie. I really, really appreciate that. You are the best. Thank you. What's new? Thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. Welcome, What's New. It's great to see you. Thank you so much. Always, always lovely to see you. Jay's NE Hiking Experience with the $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. It's always good to see you. And I appreciate all that you give. You don't have to. Nobody has to, by the way. Everything is just a huge bonus. And by the way, it all goes back into the channel so we can create free videos for you guys every single day. Thank you, Jay. Janice Tabor Waters, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. Trump all the way. It's the clear choice. It's the only choice. Do you want more migrant criminals coming to this country? Do you want another economic collapse? Do you want more World War III foreign wars? I mean, look what's happening in the Middle East. Oh my gosh. And everything that comes out of Kamala's mouth is dreck. It is manure spewing out of that spigot of complete cluelessness. She doesn't have a mouth. She doesn't have an esophagus. It's a spigot of cluelessness. It's a spigot of ignorance. It's a spigot of absolute garbage. There's only one choice. There's only one choice. Are there things that Trump says that pisses me off? Things that he does that pisses me off? Of course. Of course. But quite frankly, probably I'm the best choice out there. We're the best. We're always the best because we're beautiful. We're absolutely beautiful. And there's only one person, because Kamala, you don't want Comrade Kamala. We don't want Comrade Kamala. Not even close. I love my Trump impression. I think it's getting better every day. What do you guys think? China Baby 4419, one of our mods, China Baby. It's so great to see you. 10 Professor Nez memberships. You're amazing. Thank you, China Baby. Love you, girl. You are phenomenal. She's a thriving member in our Discord as well. China Baby, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you. Bree Edwards, welcome to being a new member. Come on in. Come on in. It is fantastic to see you, Bree. I'm so happy you're here. Hopefully you heard all of the amazing amenities and benefits that I talked about earlier that you can get by being a member. Live stream giveaway, live Q&A, badge next to your name, live stream shout out, access to the like-minded, amazing, thriving group. Hopefully you got all that in our members only Discord. Welcome, Bree. We're happy to have you. We welcome you with huge, open, ever-loving arms. Tijuana Border Jumper, a live stream's not complete without TJBJ. Good to see you, TJBJ. Watching from beautiful Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. Thanks for all you do. Love your wacky personality. I love your wacky personality. I love your name, and I love your picture. Is that your dog, TJBJ? I love my dog. As a matter of fact, I got to give my dog Blue a walk right now. I love you guys so, so much. So we're going to give it to you. There's nobody who's going to give it to you better. So make sure you sign up for our free newsletter. Before you go, I would really appreciate it if you could tap that thumbs up. That would really, really make me happy. Congratulations, Howie, on being a member for 4 months. You rock, Howie. Congratulations. You are terrific. And stay tuned, y'all. This is the place where we give you the objective truth and everything that the fake woke mafia media won't share with you. This is your check and balance to all the lies from CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, the whole lot of them. Your boy Nez ain't never going to stop. Never going to stop. Because my love of my country comes from God. My love of my family comes from God. And everything that I do is a gift from God. And I know it's my purpose to share this with y'all. And I just want to say I love you, every single one of you. And I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for watching, commenting. And as always, may God bless you and may God